What's up, everybody? It's Terry. I'm back with you. Today we are at OneDigital, and I'm with my buddy here, Heath Holt, and we're going to talk a little bit about mental health. Can you tell us what it is that OneDigital does?
Great question, Terry. OneDigital is an employee benefits consulting firm. So we're working with employers, not just in the state, but all over the country as it relates to controlling their healthcare costs and the benefits that are being offered to employees.
How long have you been in this business?
This is my 24th year.
And I can imagine this is probably a pretty rewarding field.
Yeah, it's a great field. I mean, look, we're solving problems. That's what we're trying to do, and then lower costs for people.
Something we wanted to talk about while we were on this video today is mental health. One of what feels like post-pandemic, and I might be stealing this from him, prior to this video starting, is the uptick in the need for mental health services. Can you elaborate on that a little bit?
Yeah, no, you hit the nail on the head. Post-pandemic is the key to this, and we have seen such an uprising of mental health, not just issues, but awareness, which I think is even more important in the last 4 years, and especially with the adolescent population. And we've seen this become something that was not mainstream to, quite frankly, a new pandemic. And when coupled with shortage of providers, it's created, tremendous opportunity for what we do, but an opportunity to help.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, what would you say, and maybe you don't know this answer off the top of your head, but what would you say is the main cause to that, just being post-pandemic? What do you feel like is the reason for the uptick in mental health?
Yeah, I think it's hard to have the exact answer to that. What we've seen internally is that in 2020, the world stopped completely. Yeah. And the way that we worked prior to that is no longer. And so now we're dealing with flexible work environments. We're dealing with, that adolescent population whose entire year was disrupted due to shutting everything down. And so as they've come out of that, I think some people are having to relearn what the new normal is, and others really enjoy the flexibility of being at home. And now as they're moving back into the offices, I think there's some stress with that, family stress, and we're hearing it more and more.
That's interesting. That's like you said, it's a tough nut to crack. It's hard to really know what the issue is. I know it's May, it's Mental Health Awareness Month. I know we're going to roll into June. Right after that, the Men's Mental Health Awareness Month. What are some of the modalities that you all can match people with when it comes to OneDigital, what you do for mental health? Like, is there various ways, or is it just one-on-one counseling?
There's a myriad of ways. I think one thing we're trying to do is meet people where they are. Yeah. So when we're working with employers, those employees, some are at the beginning of their career, some are seeking retirement, and everyone is facing the challenge of mental health, but at different levels throughout their career. And so what we're trying to do is meet them where they are, because honestly, it solves a multitude of problems. If we can really attack the mental health issue that's out there, clearly there's a cost savings. I mean, it's a byproduct of there's a cost saving to our employers, but really we're doing the right thing. And I think we're helping to expound upon more productive, efficiently working employees. Because when people have the clarity that they're searching for, I think they're more in the present, and I think they become even a better steward of the employer's money at that point.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Because you guys can work with the employers to bring their costs down with
100%
with some of this stuff, which is awesome.
Right. And
that's what you call winning, right? You help people get better. You're helping society by helping that person get better. Plus, you're helping keep costs down for the company. I mean, that's perfect. That's how it's supposed to work.
That's right. Absolutely.
Out of all of this, I know, specifically speaking, I know you do more than work with folks to help them get the help they need for their mental health. But staying on that subject, do you have any success stories you can share? Maybe overarching. I don't know if you have any one-on-ones, but put me on the spot. I realized it.
No, yeah, I think we've got several, and something that's been very successful in our line of work is really empowering the employee. And so we've done that through some training mechanisms where we've been able to train the employers. It's kind of a train the trainer on how to address mental health crisis. Now listen, we're not, I'm not a psychologist, and nor are the human resource people we deal with, but giving them some insight into how to talk someone off that proverbial ledge has been incredibly successful. And I think, some of the stories that I hear, the feedback I hear when we receive emails and calls from clients is really just creating a new sense of purpose in that employee. And that happens all the time.
That's cool.
The employee just wants to be heard. I think as people, we just want to be heard and understood. And that's it. And if we could just take the 5 minutes out of our busy day to try to learn how to listen and respond, it goes such a long way.
That's huge, dude. Equipping facilities, giving them the tools, giving them resources to spot these,
For sure.
to help folks. And really what you're doing is you're trying to spot it before it becomes a problem. I can speak for myself as a dude. Like, it's hard to be humble and say, I need help, or I want someone to listen to me. That's what I've benefited a ton from counseling over the years. Help me with that stuff too.
Right.
So I love what you're doing. I think it's really impactful.
Well, I appreciate it. We do. Look, our goal is to help our employers out, and moving the stigma behind mental health is just one of the areas that we're trying to do that.
Yeah, I think another point we could probably talk about for a second is that you don't have to be a mental health professional.
Absolutely.
To lend an ear, to be there for someone, to check in on someone, right? Like, maybe you could give people like 2 or 3 little tools that they could use to kind of help spot this. Maybe even in themselves, like do a little self-check.
Yeah, listen, the thing that the data is telling us is that while we all come from different backgrounds, as I mentioned earlier, we're just wanting to be recognized.
Sure.
And I think it's really important for the leaders out there, if you're managing a group of people, if you're leading an entire office, to just be aware. We can get caught up in our day-to-day grind and our heads down and we're focused, but I really think you've got to be about the people more than you used to and really be asking the right questions and learning. And that's how you uncover stuff. I tell leaders all the time, take your people to lunch, meet with them one-on-one, get to know them, put the business aside. And I think when they feel valued and they feel heard, it just makes them feel better as people. And so we're trying to incorporate that. That's what we're teaching our employers to do. That's what we're doing here ourselves. And I do think it makes a difference.
100%. I mean, how can it not? Right? At that point, the only roadblock you have is the person on the receiving end of that, right?
That's right.
And that could in itself be a tell.
Yeah, sure.
Is there anything you would like to leave the viewers watching this in their journey with mental health awareness?
Yeah, I just think it's important, and it's important that there's obviously a monetary value to this, it saves, but it's much more than that. I think that as long as we can target the employees as individuals, be there for them, listen to them, show that we truly care, create a culture that cares, I think you're going to see that trickle down to the bottom line. And I know a lot of people care about that. That's a byproduct of it. So I think it's just taking an interest in your employees individually along the way.
That's exactly right. That goes, I think that goes for every industry, right? So we come here today, obviously it's a fitness magazine. The health and fitness industry is who we cater to, but it doesn't change anything.
That's right.
There's still a format here for business owners to talk to their trainer, to work with their trainers. There's resources available for trainers to talk with their clients to refer out. So it's something to be obviously aware of, and something to be working towards. So I appreciate your time.
For sure.
Heath, this is really great. Yeah.
Right.
It's nice knowing the people out there working in the background, taking care of others. So.
For sure. Yeah. Great to meet you. Thank you, Terry. All right.
We'll see you guys in the next one.